Truth Serum Nation, look who decided to show up. I'm back trying to get something in. I had some copyright problems. I'm sorry that I hacked the French Open, so forgive me. So I went to copyright school, whatever. So maybe they'll take them strikes away. But I'm back again. And here, because I don't really care anymore. And here's a video I'm going to do right now live that is one of the reasons why my channel got shut down in the first place from this scumbag, degenerate piece of shit, Brittney Griner. This is where it all started when my channel was rising up real big. And then I did a video about this scumbag, Brittney Griner, which I could care less what YouTube wants to do with me anymore anyways. But I just got from a copyright from the French Open. But freedom of speech. So whatever they want to do. Now, this Brittney Griner, a WNBA player, hack, racist, whatever, freak. How? Hey, the New York Jets, how you feel? And Brittney. So how does this man, Britt Griner, make it all the way through basketball and everything? Now, when I got censored and shadow banned, it was because of this scumbag. She kneeled during the national anthem, Brittney Griner. She kneeled, he kneeled during the national anthem. And his father, I will address this freak Griner as he. His father was a Vietnam vet. So this scumbag kneels during the national anthem. Now, when Britt Griner, was in Russia, got caught with drugs, where did they put it? Where did they put this physical specimen? They put this specimen in a male prison. So, folks, how come all the network TVs, all the reporting that was going on while this scum was in prison, how come none of them ever said, what's a lady doing in a male Russian prison? Because in Russia, they don't play all this woke, rainbow, fagged out, lesbian out freak show. You get frisked, they look at your genitals, and they determine whether you're a man or a woman. So they put him in a male prison during the Joe Biden woke rainbow freak show. Okay? So then Joe Biden and those evil demons decide to bring him, Britt Griner, bring him back from the male prison that he was in, Britt Griner, and release arms traffickers, terrorists back. One scumbag American, Britt Griner, and we release known terrorists against our country back to their homeland when they should be in our federal prisons doing life sentences. Thank you, Joe Biden. So this is the background of this scumbag. Britt Griner is the poster child that administration was trying to implement on America with that rainbow freak. Now, she was in a male prison, but you don't hear any reporting about it, And then the other day, she makes racist comments on the sideline about Caitlin Clark. Oh, that white trash. What if Caitlin Clark was sitting on the bench and an open microphone caught her saying, oh, that black trash? There would be an uprising. But the WNBA is so racist. There's been tons of fouls, flagrant fouls against white girls. There's no uh, um there's no fines, there's no suspensions. Their commissioner, another woke freak, the commissioner there, and the NBA supports it because the NBA is whacked out too. So the NBA and ESPN shows the games. They won't comment on it because they're just a cultural. They're a sub. They're a culture within a culture. The sports culture is a sports culture, and now you got us. What is in there? The WNBA. It can't make a profit. It's subsidized by the NBA. If they continue this, they'll have mannequins in the seats. When Caitlin Clark isn't playing, viewership goes down 55%. So why, when they're trying to raise the value of the WNBA, why are these black women trying to dog the white women? Angel Reese, that Dijonay, other racists, they're pulling their hair, they're doing all this crazy stuff. Why wouldn't they try to rise their league up? Tiger Woods was of color. He rose, brought a whole new audience to golf. He rose up professional golf. Serena Williams, the Williams sisters, rose up to a brand new audience to rise up the level for everybody. All the women's tournaments, the prize money went up even higher. So everybody's supposed to prosper together. No matter what race you are, you bring up your sport for viewership and how much prize money there is. How come the WNBA, Caitlin Clark and the other girl that are always getting beat up by Angel Reese and these other racist blacks, how come even when Caitlin Clark, of course, most of her teammates are black, how come her teammates don't rush to her aid? These black lesbians. Now, when you play, a team is a team. Whether it's backyard sports, your team is your team. Your team is your family. But for the fact that she's white and her teammates are black, and then when she's getting bum rushed, thrown to the court, fouled all over the place, how come none of her black teammates rush and bum rush one of these other black girls? Because they're just racist ends. Though that's the definition of the N-word. Those are street ends. You see, and people want to just use the N-word. Those are your N. Now, I grew up, my best friends were black. I know what an N is. I know what a hunky is. I know all that. My best friends, I came up with people of every color. And when we played on a team, we were a family. If somebody was doing something bad to my teammate, we're going to defend our teammates. How come these white girls are being just targeted by these black racist lesbians, whatever they are, and the commissioner of the WNBA doesn't institute any fines, any suspensions, nothing, because they got a gravy train to just get subsidized by the NBA, so they can just tank their product, yeah. Now, if they were smart as a collective organization, they should kiss the ground Caitlin Clark walks on. Hey, Sir Drums. So if they were smart, thank you, Brittney. Thank you. What else we got in here? Thank you, Brittney. Yeah. And see, they had this free reign, this freak show, and now there's a picture. Let me show you a picture of a shirtless Brittney Griner. Okay, let me see if it's on here. Now here's Britt Griner, the scumbag racist. Okay, scumbag. No. Keep this in mind, folks. Keep this in mind. Keep this in mind. If it's on Twitter, Twitter's got AI. So a woman can't show her boobs. Okay? A woman can't show her boobs. So these social media platforms have AI. So this picture was on Twitter for over 2 years or 4 years. And they have AI, so AI detects if a woman is showing her boobs and they will take that video down. It went undetected because it is a man, shirtless man. So, I mean, that's easy. That's easy. That's easy stuff. That's real easy. So let's see if we could find, that Dejanay Carrington for the WNBA, they're racist. But if the shoe was on the other foot and the white athlete said something, oh, you'd hear it all over TV. Oh, this white racist, this and that. It goes unchallenged. It goes unfined. No suspensions. It goes unfettered. In the WNBA, it's a ghetto piece of shit league. They just ghettoed it. They ghettoed it out. Yeah. Hey, Philly Bob, Sir Drums. Good morning, everybody. So, yeah, it's completely. Let's see what the Brittney Griner. See, then I'm gonna get copyrighted again. But everything's good. I'm doing a show. I got the while I did the French Open, I had 5 copyright infractions, so I gotta behave. I got Nori playing Mensik, first set tiebreaker, but I can't show it because I do want to keep the channel going a little bit, But where's this guy, this Alex guy? I like him. Let me see what I have here. Okay. This crazy, this outkick. Okay, let's check out this outkick. This guy's pretty good. This guy from Outkick. This guy's pretty good from Outkick.
Why is this happening?
Here.
And I went back and I was thinking the Caitlin Clark phenomenon is one that I got wrong. I never really thought that Caitlin Clark would make the difference that she has in college basketball or in the WNBA. There are, at the WNBA opening game for Caitlin Clark set all-time records. There are millions of people that never cared about the WNBA at all.
I never cared about the WNBA or anything, But then Caitlin Clark came on the scene. So I not only watched her games, but then I might be motivated to watch the Liberty against Chicago, other matchups. So she, not only people wanted to watch her, just like people wanted to watch Venus and Serena Williams, but it raised the viewership for everybody's interest. They got you there, and then they kept you there. They got your interest, they piqued your interest, and then you went, oh wow, I don't mind watching the WNBA games, even though they suck, and the refs are they got a hot whistle for the refs are whack. They're just making they just got a hot whistle, just like they did the other night against the New York Liberty. It's just a trash league. It's just a political, racist, woke, rainbowed out scum league. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Brittney Griner has gone unfettered, unchecked, and they just, no history, no medical record documents, no blood tests, no nothing. His voice is deeper than mine. The bone structure for a male physical anatomy, which that's why Males have physical anatomy indicators that show you could wear anything. You could wear a mask, but it'll show this is a male. That's why when uh, that's why when Brittney Griner was shirtless on TikTok, it indicated the AI, the artificial intelligence, indicated that this was a male, shirtless male. So it didn't raise a flag and say, oh, there's a woman showing her boobs on TikTok. It was posted up there for 2 or 3 years. It might still be up there. Oh, they took it down. They took it down afterwards. She said, I'm a grown man. Yeah, but we're not going to get in this guy Clay Travis. He's pretty good, but yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. She could rise the game and viewership up. Now, when she was injured for that period of time, viewership went not only for her team, Indiana, not only for her team, but for the whole WNBA. She piques interest. It went from 54% to for her. She rose it up every time she was there, 54% for the whole league. When she left, there was no interest. 19% viewership. How could one person, a powerful person, a very polarized individual, have that much impact? See, she rose our attention to it. We watched her, and they trashed it with the rainbow, crooked, ghetto league. So now, for that to come back again, well, it's not. They'll have mannequins in the seats. But they don't care. But she was improving the WNBA, trying to get higher salaries, trying to get better travel conditions, trying to, across the board, she was trying to improve their league and the conditions of the league and the pay and everything else. What do these ghetto scumbag racists do? They just play the ghetto game and they want to trash the league, and they just, like Angel Reese and the rest of them, they just want to trash the league because the NBA will subsidize them. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if this was just a regular business model, if this was just you open a business and you're at the mercy of the forces of supply and demand, and you're at the regular economic, you're at the mercy of all these economic factors, they would have never survived the first month in a regular business model. But the NBA, because they're a freak show, they're a racist freak show, they're a rainbow whatever, and they're all freaks. The NBA and that commissioner, that alien, that whatever he is, they're freaks. They're freaks. It's sports culture, political culture, and they try to marry the perverted Joe Biden administration, that perverted rainbow. They try to weave it into the sports culture, and that's why the sports culture has a free pass. The NBA Finals viewership is at an all-time low, and it's a great series. And these have been great playoffs. These playoffs have been very, very competitive. But when you got Joe Public viewer that just wants to watch sports, forget about politics, we want to watch sports, it turns people off. Yeah, I like Mensik over Nori. It's 6-6. It's in a tiebreaker first set, 6-6. They're evenly matched. So it's been a great competitive playoffs. But for the many factors that 3-point shooting is coming into effect, they're all fairy tale little fags that they don't play down low game. They don't play the down low game. They don't post up. Bad ref calling, bad ref. It's just turned into an entertainment vehicle. But the WNBA business model would have been bankrupt after a month. So they just keeping this shit show available, and they turned it racist. It's all racist. Can you imagine? Now they caught Brittney Griner on the sidelines saying that white trash, that white whatever. Now they caught Brittney Griner. Why haven't they done a medical physical for Brittney Griner? Why? Why? It's a dude. They all know it. They all know it. Socially, they know it. Scientifically, they know it. But this trash WNBA league needs a perverted poster child that knelt down for the national anthem and protest to create chaos and unpatriotic things. And you got an organization like the NBA that says, that's okay. Here's another $50 million. That's okay. Here's another $75 million in subsidies. Okay. So anybody else with any class or common decency would have said, get rid of your commissioner that doesn't fine or suspend any of these racist black women. There's no policing of it. So anybody would have said, you got to come up with a better product. At the end of the day, they stink anyways. Women's basketball. Now, I had a daughter that played sports. I had a daughter that played basketball. And she was a great athlete. She still is a great athlete. Happy birthday, Nikki 37th, if you happen to watch this, all the way from across the world. I'm for pro-woman athletic stuff. But women's basketball is low talent. Yeah, there's a couple exceptions, like Caitlin Clark, who can change the minds of people like me that might be so critical against that league. But they don't want that because she's a white girl. They don't want that. They don't want somebody to elevate their league. The NBA doesn't want that. ESPN doesn't want that. Those racist bums over there, they don't want it. Look at your network TV. It's all black. Now, my best friends are black, but that's what they're putting in your faces. That's what they're putting in your faces. It's just a one-sided ghetto. Now, I don't mind watching. I don't mind watching and all that. I don't mind watching the old Celtic player. He's tough, the big black dude. I don't mind watching. I like some of them commentators, but why are they there's no that's not going to bring them there up. They know that's whack, so they don't even care about increasing their ratings. So when you've got a business that doesn't care about ratings, or a business that doesn't care about profit, then what would motivate that? Cultural, political, woke, perverted stuff that these network owners, these billionaire owners put out there, because they're all the freaks. They're like the Epstein freaks. They're the ones that are like the Diddy freaks. Those are what you got in power. Because one would say, why does this happen? Why do you got a bullshit commissioner for the WNBA that doesn't answer questions about why do you let this happen? Why do you let this happen? But they could subsidize it all they want. There's going to come a time in the future where the WNBA, they'll be handing out free tickets outside just to put somebody in the seats. Otherwise, they'll have cardboard cutouts or mannequins in those seats, because they couldn't pay me to go to a freaking ghetto show like that. A ghetto. If I want to watch ghetto basketball, which I played in the streets in the ghetto, I played a lot of ghetto basketball. And yeah, that's fine. That's fine. That's a product. That's an event. That's for that. That's for that demographic. That's for that geographical location. But what about the youth that are watching these women? What about the junior high school girls that want to watch the WNBA? We didn't even stress that, okay? We saw Tiger Woods raise everybody's interest for golf. We saw Serena Williams and and her sister rise up for everybody to be interested. We saw monumental people that were good people rising up their sport. What if I got a 13-year-old girl that's watching the WNBA and watching this ghetto freak show? They got long eyelashes. They think it's a fashion show. They got eyelashes that are a foot long eyelashes. They got nails that are freaking 2 inches long. And they got wigs and all this. God bless them. What is that? And then they all want to have social media platforms, and they want to raise, which they have a right to make money elsewhere. The New York Mets, Mensick won that tiebreaker. So I want to put that down about Brittney Griner and Caitlin Clark. See, Caitlin Clark got fooled. She was coming in, building up, and everything. And then she started acting silly because they had her boxed up in a corner. She was damned if she did. She was damned if she don't, because she knows all her ghetto friends and all her ghetto competition don't like her. But they should have realized, how come her teammates don't stick up for her when she's getting flagrant fouled against the other team, her black ghetto teammates? She's had more flagrant fouls on her than anybody in the WNBA. She's been attacked. She's been thrown to the floor every time. How come there ain't no black lady on her team throwing punches to the opposition? Because deep down inside, they're going, yeah, good. Yeah, good. Yeah, good. Ghetto mentality, hate mentality. Instead of protecting her and raising the integrity of the team, what should all WNBA should raise it up. Larry Bird raised it up. Magic Johnson raised it up. Magic Johnson. So you embrace that as a business to rise up your sport. Joe DeRojas. Yeah. So you got Brittney Griner, the poster child of perversion and all that. That it's a dude, been a dude. So ESPN doesn't investigate it. They all know the NBA that subsidizes the WNBA knows it. What do they think? Brittney Griner's going to put people in the stands? She's a bum. He's a bum. So now on social media, get this, folks, on social media, YouTube, you can look up millions and millions and millions of YouTube videos. Ladies and gentlemen, Exhibit A, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, Exhibit A. Okay, listen to this. Just like during the election when Kamala got whacked out, because social media, you got a ton, millions and millions and millions of views and videos that are being uploaded on YouTube, and it's all showing how it's common knowledge. It's just common knowledge that this bum, this dude, Britt Griner, is a man. It's common knowledge at this point in time. How come it's just still the big secret? The big secret with the ESPN, the NBA, because they're the two biggest promoters of the WNBA. ESPN shows the WNBA games. So they don't want to ruin their already bankrupted product. So all that being said, all the hype, Stephen A. Smith, won't you say it? You seem to be the biggest cutting edge guy, or the guy that's got that, any of those big sports commentators. Why? Because they still get a paycheck from the same people that pay Brittney Griner. You understand? Of course, this is easy to figure out, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, because they get the same check. They get the same check. Their boss is the same people. He works for ESPN. ESPN is the biggest promoter of the WNBA. So why don't these ballless commentators not speak on it? Well, there it is. There it is. There it is. But to the point where it has been common knowledge for so long how this WNBA is just ghetto trash, racist across the board. White girl, white honky, white this, white that, this and that. God forbid if somebody said that black trash, that ghetto black N or whatever. Well, there'd be an uprising. Reverse racism. It's just racism at its abstract core, but you'd have to call it reverse because they got it all convoluted if you follow the vernacular. But I'm a sports fan. Put a product up there. Leave Joe Biden out of it. Leave politics out of it. Leave perversion out of it. Leave all that freak stuff out of it. Okay. The WNBA's got a commissioner bum that doesn't even address it because all they want to do is get their check and go home, and that's that. They don't want to improve their product. So I would love the day, which will never happen, if the NBA just said, well, listen, WNBA, get your act together. You're on your own. See if you can make a profit. See if you can make a profit. They have never turned a profit. They lose 40 million. They lost 80 million. They lost 100 million. That just shows you how much money the NBA has to throw around. That just shows you how profitable the NBA is. Even though its numbers are down, they're still making hundreds of millions of dollars. Don't get it twisted. But average people, normal people that watch this stuff, and after 4 years of that woke DEI bullcrap and Joe Biden, we're starting to look we're looking at this stuff with a more critical eye, I should say, for the lack of better terms. We're starting to look at it like, I want to watch sports, and that rules the roost. I want to watch sports versus this is bull crap. So now I'm leaning toward this is bull crap. I don't care to watch it. Keep it in the ghetto and leave it there, as well as other millions of other sports fans around the United States of America and the world. So, yeah, Britt Griner, bear with me, folks. Bear with me. Bear with me 1 second here. Bear with me. That guy on Outkick, he's pretty good. I like that guy from Outkick. He's good. He breaks it down. But, they had an opportunity to raise the league up. A polarized athlete that can benefit everybody. But they turn it into white and black. That's all they do is make everything white and black. The gig is up. Whites get along with blacks just fine. Have you noticed interracial marriages are up all 1,000,000%? People are getting along, but these evil networks run by billionaire perverts want to promote this stuff. But boots on the ground, whites get along with Asians, and whites get along with Puerto Ricans, blacks get along with Puerto Rican. All the races get along with each other, generally speaking. But they always want to polarize it into this white versus black. The gig is up. Yeah. Hey, Johnny D, happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. Yeah. My daughter sent me some flowers. She's in South Korea, working out there. But hey, happy Father's Day to everybody out there. And happy birthday, my precious Nick. And happy Mother's Day. Every day is Mother's Day if you're a mother, okay? I had a single mother. My mother was a single mother of 5. So I didn't need one day on the calendar to tell my mother that she's the best mother in the world. So every day was Mother's Day. If your mother is still alive, you know what I mean. So let's get back. Thank you, Johnny D. Thank you, Johnny D. Where's the Shirtless? Let me see. Let me see if I can find Shirtless. Shirtless. It was on TikTok for 3 years. They might have just took it down off of YouTube. They might have took it down off of YouTube. Okay, here we go. Here, folks. There, you want to see her? There he is. There he is, folks. There he is. There he is, folks. There he is. There he is, folks. There he is. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, Exhibit A. There he is. All right. Why are they covering it up? Yeah. Everything's good, Ronnie Pinder. Everything's good. I'm just doing my thing, of course. I wanted to give a commentary about Brittney Griner, that scumbag, racist piece of crap, and Caitlin Clark and the WNBA and all that goes along with all that racist garbage. It's a freak show. It's a ghetto show. They all look the other way. It's all subsidized by the NBA, and they just try to turn sports into feminism. They want to put feminism into male sports, and then the women's league is a lot 30% lesbian and ghetto racist. So I mean, be whatever you want. Be whatever you want, whether you like men or women or whatever. Okay, forget about that. Put a product up there and have some competitive sports. Fair and balanced sports. Without all these other hidden agendas and motivations. It's tiresome. It's tiresome. You got the Pacers. Wow. The Pacers, bro. Ronnie Pinder. The Indiana Pacers are choke artists, okay? They try to, Carlisle, he's a great coach. How come he had Halliburton on the bench for that second half? How come he had Halliburton on the bench? How come he was calling all these ways? They had a 10-point lead with 3 minutes, and they blew it. They're choke artists. They're choke artists. Take all your money out of the bank, pawn whatever you can pawn, and go bet OKC. Because it's all... Well, they wanted to go to Game 7. Of course, it's like the WWF. They want they want to call the game. So they're going to call the game real tight, and then they're going to, it'll be 3-2. Somebody will go up 3-2, and then somebody will tie the series at 3-3. And now you got game 7. And then you make more money, of course. But OKC has an army of dangerous players. Indiana doesn't. They're on again, off again players, and they're choke artists. Oh, well, they won that game. They came back. Well, they didn't choke then, Joe, when they were down, and they come back, and Halliburton hit the bing, bing, bing. Yeah. But as the finals moves along, the ball gets a little heavier, and they start all the turnovers. You're watching the Indiana Pacers have 19 turnovers in the second half. They're choke artists. So there you have it. Thanks for joining. I spoke my piece. Hit the like button. Do whatever you want. There's a Cash App in there if you want to throw a bologna sandwich down my throat. But just the same, feed your family. Try to prosper. Do whatever you got to do. Be the kings and queens of your world. Don't give up. Keep fighting. Do good. And keep your mental health in order. Now, we speak and we get crazy about all this stuff. But at the end of the day, you got to do you. You got to do your family. And you got to raise the quality of your life. Emotionally, spiritually, food on the table, and all that. So be strong. Keep throwing punches. Like, share, whatever you got to do. God bless you all. Thank you for watching.